It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Ahead of my time, I'm pulling from 2020 just to give you the game plan. Falling in line, I'm teaching the class, you better go get you a name tag. Clear my mind, I'm socially distant, I'm still in this bitch with a face mask. Bottom, I feel like a praise dance, I'm applying this shit like a Maytag. Bill Gates me, might not my square, won't phase me. Every day a new stage, no fucks. If you know my songs on the real Steve Lacy, y'all can't change me. Showing myself like Nipsey, we open the shop and then flooded like Crenshaw. Seen your chick at a level, my soul when I'm broke, man, I'm on the same Henshaw. Didn't get smoked, no menthol. Shadow when I'm sharp, no hinder. Follow your style, I'm an in-law. I don't roll with no pups, I'm a big dog, shit be barking. Everything's given, we carving. Better proceed with the caution. 316s on the track, Steve Austin. Cause a nigga east side, we start them. How many flows do I need? Dog, I've been sowing the seeds. Living in nurture, baller like Joel Embiid. Step up the Nolan, they freeze. The shit is inertia, no one is doper than me. I am holding the keys, I'm clicking the cursor, calling the shots. Clip be bursting, let me online, but I'm better in person. Bigger than making reels. Show me the goat in the Mona's hills. Did it myself and I'm paying bills. I done call five, boy, this ain't a drill. Hit your nervous system when I get the mic. All the pain I exemplify, never simplify, live and simplify. Only limit is up in the sky. Yeah. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Saturday afternoon. Today, we're going to be getting into J. Cole and his hometown hater. All right? So y'all know we listened to the album live on here the other night. Everybody else has done their album listenings, reviews, all that good stuff. And one of the key elements on disc 29 is the song Poor Thing. Now, the funny thing about Poor Thing is when J. Cole first previewed it with the fall off announcement, there were a lot of people out there that felt like that was supposed to be some kind of diss at Kendrick. Why? I don't know. Poor Thing outside playing war games. He wanted blood and he only got more pain or something like that. I don't know how you could hear a bar or those bars and just automatically think Kendrick. I think people are just a little bit over obsessive, and that's why I be pushing back on certain narratives, right? But once the album actually came out and we got to hear the full song, there was definitely shots, but not at the person that people were trying to project. So apparently, there's somebody from J. Cole's hometown, from Fayetteville, that's been playing with J. Cole's name for years, okay? And all his homeboys, I guess they know him. They checked in with him because even before we get to Poor Thing on the album, on the, what is it, the safety record? What's the one? Yeah, it's the safety record. The end of the safety record, like the last, like 4 to 6 bars, you get his homeboy, because the whole song is a letter written to J. Cole or an email, or, you know, however you want to break it down in practical terms, text message. But these are letters to Cole, basically updating him about what's going on back in the city, right? First verse, they talking about this chick from around the way who's still looking good, giving him the update. Second verse, he's talking about, you know, I got kids now, rest in peace to Big Ma, who is a real person. So I'm guessing everybody that was mentioned on the safety record are real people. These are not just stories that J. Cole is making up to apply to his city. Because I seen Dennis Smith Jr., I think his name is, who's a NBA player, who actually quoted the rest in peace to Big Ma part from the song. So clearly he's talking about real events and real people on the record. And then you get to the end of the second verse and he's talking about people from the hometown. Mostly everybody is happy for you, but there's a couple people out there that's jealous of your stardom. And what about that other nigga that's out here making songs about you? You know what I'm saying? He said, I wanted to do something to him, but then I thought about you because I felt like you would have told me to chill out and just let it be. Right? And then, of course, on the third verse, we got the story about their old friend who died from AIDS, who turned out to be gay. He moved to Atlanta and all this, you know, the dick and the booty shit, which I had to pause when I heard it because I'm like, why? right? I don't give a fuck about that shit. 2016, nigga, that was 2006 terminology. But we'll keep progressing the story. So then later in the project, 2 songs later, we get into Poor Thing. And he actually takes some time out to address the nigga that's from the town that's been making songs about him. And more than making songs, this guy has been making videos on YouTube dissing J. Cole. What is this guy's name? 910 Space. I'm about to pull him up in a second. 910 Space, aka The Kid. Okay? And people have revealed on social media that this guy 910 Space went out of his way to actually go to J. Cole's old house, 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And we know that J. Cole bought that house back around the time that he was putting out the 2014 Forest Hills Drive album. And I believe that house is supposed to be used for single mothers, right? It's a home that he uses for them to be able to, I believe, live rent-free, get on their feet, they can move out, and then the next family is able to move in. Now, are they still doing that? I don't know, but that was the purpose of him buying the house. But this guy went to that old house, and I believe this video was uploaded a year ago. I've seen it floating around on the net as long as 2 years ago. But within the last 2 years or so, this video came out. He pissed on the house and then proceeded to do a freestyle dissing J. Cole in front of that very house. So what I'm going to do is actually pull it up so we can hear what it was that was said and done by this 910 Space, aka The Kid guy, to get under J. Cole's skin. So as you can see, it says this video was filmed at 2014 Forest Hills Drive, Fayetteville, North Carolina. So he's clearly trying to get the clout. This video on YouTube has 1.6 thousand views, and I'm sure a lot of them came since the album came out. Guess this the promo you wanted. You gonna get into it, homie? It's a long ass placeholder. All right. So he motioned like he was pissing on J. Cole's house. Whether he was really pissing on it or not, it's the notion that he was. Grown man, by the way.
Yo, somebody get Cole on the horn, tell him let's get it on, and we could battle on Forest Hill Drive outside on the lawn. Shit, I even let it...
Let's do it. Let's battle outside on the lawn. Oh, man. Come on, dog. So he said he want to battle you in front of the house on the side of the lawn. And he's basically battling you in video format. He's doing an acapella. He ain't even put a beat on this bitch. He said, I'm about to flame your ass up with an acapella verse, nigga. I'm finna battle your ass. Okay.
Forest Hill Drive outside on the lawn. Shit, I even let the judges be some old crackheads that used to smoke with his mom. This nigga sitting on top of...
Wow. Now we know J. Cole has talked about his mother's drug issues of the past, so he said, we'll let the judges be some old crackheads that used to smoke with his mom. Damn.
But a house looking goofy, half black, half white. I just call him Snoopy.
Oh, wow.
This a cold world, no iceberg sweater though. Fayetteville forever, yo. Y'all better let him know. If he jump out the window, I rhyme browse your boy. That's hit him with some ether. Really make Nas proud. All Stillmatic, but this ain't letting Nas down. When they shooting, that ain't a hook. You can't fool me.
All Stillmatic, but that was kind of tough. I ain't gonna lie. That Snoopy line was bullshit, but the All Stillmatic, but this ain't letting Nas down, that was kind of tough. That was a nice little flip, because you know J. Cole got to let Nas down, the ether shit, and then the Stillmatic. That was all right, Space.
Ain't a hook. You can't fool me with your songs or the way that you look. You ain't a...
Hold on.
That ain't a hook. You can't fool me with your songs or the way that you look. You ain't a bad boy cause you had a scuffle with Diddy. If you was bad boy, you would've slapped that nigga for Biggie. Fuck him, all the love.
Why would he smack him for Biggie? He don't know shit about him. He ain't got nothing to do with it. That nigga put hands on Diddy for his own reason. Something that more people in the industry should have done to keep that nigga at bay from who he became. So you're never gonna be able to pull Cole's coat about the scuffle with Diddy. He about the only nigga that went head up with Diddy out of everybody that he terrorized.
Slap that nigga for Biggie. Fuck him. All the love is lost. The gloves is off. How you holding up a rock when I know that you soft?
Okay.
And you can't call Jay-Z to figure this out for you. This little pump ain't finna sit on no couch with you. Tell them Dreamville niggas to fall.
This little pump ain't gonna sit on the couch with you. Gun bars, all right. You say you can't call Jay-Z to figure this out for you. Come on, man. You're not a threat. Jay-Z ain't worried about this shit. Jay-Z got way other affairs to be worried about. But the Lil Pump ain't gonna sit on the couch with you. That was cool because J. Cole and Lil Pump, didn't they do a interview to like squash the bullshit from the fuck J. Cole movement?
You and tell them Dreamville niggas to fall the fuck back. I don't smoke, but I burn that whole Dreamville pack. And you said it out your own mouth to me that Boss was whack. Said you ain't signed that nigga cause you fuck with his flow. Cole, you told me you signed him cause he let you sleep on his couch when you had nowhere to go. Yo, just cause
he said, you ain't signed Boss cause you actually like that nigga. You signed him because he let you sleep on his motherfucking couch. Now, as far as my understanding of the J. Cole story, it's not Boss that was doing the lookout. It was Eve, who's Boss's older brother. And I don't know how often Cole was sleeping at Eve's house. They didn't really talk about that too much on the what's her name? Inevitable. Sounded like J. Cole had his own crib in college. But basically he's saying you didn't sign Boss because you really like him. Basically a favor, returning a favor type of thing. Okay?
Cause you rap like Common, that don't make you conscious, Cole. You ain't really sick.
Hold on.
Just cause you rap like Common, that don't make you conscious, Cole. You ain't really sick to me. That's a common cold.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of slick. And the reason why I say it's slick is because, yeah, one might say J. Cole rap like Common. I wouldn't put them in the same category. But if you look at the back cover of the J. Cole new album, The Fall Off, you'll see he had hella Common posters on his wall. So there's a little bit of a thread there of like, yeah, nigga, I really know you. I know how you idolized Common, nigga. So that's another flip of his personal history with Cole. And Cole confirms on Poor Thing that he knew him before all this shit, right? So this is kind of interesting.
Go, yo, just cause you rap like Common, that don't make you conscious, Cole. You ain't really sick to me. That's a common cold. Yeah. Switch the flow, punch unorthodox, and stick you with more jabs than a COVID shot. Okay. See, before Snow on the Bluff, you was the no name, just a little kid trying to ball with.
Before Snow on the Bluff, you was the no name. Remember the Snow on the Bluff record where he's talking to No Name and all that shit? Said before Snow on the Bluff, nigga, you was a no name. Which, of course, you got to come from being a no name at some point in order to ascend to higher heights.
Just a little kid trying to ball with no game. You thought you was street, got pushed back in your lane. When you told that grown man to go chew dick, then got scared and begged me to get you out of this shit. Now don't put work.
Okay. So Mr. 910 Space says, back when they was, I guess, high school or something, because he said you told a grown man to chew dick. When you say you told a grown man to chew dick, I guess this was somebody older than them. Cole jumped out of his britches and tried to start something with a grown man. Then when shit got sticky, 910 Space said, nigga, you was calling me to help you get out of it. Now I know a lot of people gonna be like, sound like Cole still on that bullshit, huh?
Words in my mouth. I never said he was bitch. I said when shit popped off, he used to bitch up quick. But I extended my hand, Vil nigga for a Vil nigga, and I shoulda knew.
And he says this prior to Might Delete Later.
By your ethnicity, you want a real nigga. For real, nigga, you ain't gotta act like Simba to be a lion, nigga. Every time you open up your mouth, you be lying, nigga. Walking around this bitch like you made it on your own. Left your man filthy out here in the dirt like Timon. Now sleep in that.
Okay. Filthy is somebody who is pivotal to the early J. Cole story when he was in high school, getting down with the guys with the bomb shelter and everything. He says rest in peace, Filthy on the album. And Space here is saying that Cole left him out to dry.
Left your man filthy out here in the dirt like Timon. Now sleep in that bed. You made that on your own. Trying to play niggas. You thought I wasn't gonna say a thing, would go around, come around. You worked in the skating ring, cold world, no snuggie. Boy, this shit so gully that the mask already cut out in the scully. Trust me, I got footage and receipts to stand on everything I set up my mouth. So I'ma keep shitting on you when I pissed on the side of your house. Cold flow, motherfucker.
Alright. That's one of two disses that are on this YouTube channel, by the way. One of two YouTube disses. And in the description of this video, he gets into more of his beef with Cole. So here's what he had to say. He says 910 Space, aka The Kid, has a long history with Cole. He walked Therapist, because that used to be J. Cole's rap name, Therapist, aka J. Cole, into Jay-Z's studio called Baseline back in 2006. 910 Space didn't know J. Cole back then, was a friend of a friend, but being from Fayetteville, NC 91026, Space, aka The Kid, let Cole come get a chance at opportunity to meet Jay-Z. So he claims that he took J. Cole to Baseline Studios. All right, remember, this is when J. Cole was out here trying to lobby to get beats on the American Gangster album, that whole thing. So he's claiming credit for taking Cole down there. Is it true? I don't know, but he's taking credit for it. Okay. Opportunity to meet Jay-Z. Back then, Cole was just trying to get his beats to Jay-Z and begged Space, aka The Kid, how many times you gonna say that, to please let him come. And being humble, 910 Space, you wrote this all in third person with your name all through this motherfucker. You ain't gonna forget my name after this, nigga. Let Cole come to Baseline Studio and get his opportunity. Cole didn't meet Jay-Z in the studio that day, but he met someone that later on begging to manage him and got Cole to Jay-Z. Okay. Who that is, I don't exactly know. I know Jay Brown used to manage Cole at once upon a time, who's also one of Jay-Z's, old time entourage members, Rockefeller, that whole shit, Rock Nation. But I don't know if that's exactly who it was. I know Cole tried to give beats to Lenny S., who also is a part of the Rock Nation family tree, A&Rs and all that stuff. But we don't know exactly who they're talking about, right? So he didn't get the beats to Jay-Z, but he got somebody who later on begged to manage him, who I don't know. Okay, Cole reached out to 910 Space when he got signed and asked him for more favors, like help him get in the clubs in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Okay? Now, this may have some validity, but we don't know. Because again, I listened to the Inevitable podcast series, which if you fuck with Cole in any capacity, I hope you listen to it. Because they talked about Ebe and Cole, they talked about the early days of being on Rock Nation, J. Cole having the warm up out, and going down to North Carolina for different games. You know what I'm saying? What's that fucking CIAA and all that type of shit? So they would go out there for these big events in the college space, take the mixtapes, take the flyers, all this different type of stuff, right? So Space is claiming that he was helping to plug J. Cole into the clubs out in Fayetteville when they would come down. Okay? And put together his mixtape party and his album release party, which would be two different things. So there will be the warm up. I don't know if they did a Friday Night Lights release in Fayetteville. And then, of course, the album will be Cold World Sideline Story. 910 Space did all that and kept J. Cole out of beef that was starting to come around Cole. Because Cole asked 910 Space, aka the Kid, to hold him down many times. All this was for free. Never asked for anything from J. Cole, just wanted to be there for him to see him win. If one make it and you make sure he's good, we all make it. If you're on the team, is how I seen it. Cole told 910 Space he would always look out for him no matter what, because he was very thankful for everything 910 Space, aka the Kid, did for him. But Cole did nothing of such. Not keeping your word is a trait of disloyalty, snake, and not man-like. 910 Space expresses frustration with Cole in the music, not in the streets. So enjoy the truth. The Brotherhood of Vietnam DeVille, 91026, still stands. Okay? So as you can see, Cole is pulling from very real situations in this record where he goes into the tangent about the little punk bitch. Poor thing. So now we have another video. This one is called Light Skin Jermaine. All right. So he did the first diss outside of Cole's old house, allegedly pissed on the side of the house, dissed him. Now we have this here. And I think this stuff is a little bit older than what is being portrayed. But I mean, in that last video, he talked about the COVID shot. So it has to be relatively recent, within the last 5 years, 6 years. But anyway, this one is called Light Skin Jermaine, and this is an actual music video song. Turn this down because this shit a little loud.
Remember light-skinned Jermaine, swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine, swore he knew the game.
So he's holding on to a Rockefeller chain, which I don't know if that's a real authentic Rockefeller chain or something from the middle of the mall. And it looks like he's got a bottle of Ace of Spade, which of course is one of Jay-Z's liquor brands.
Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain. It's a cold world, no blanket, sheets over body. Mama screams sad songs and we call them homies. Now see what happened, you signed to Illuminati, Mr. Nice Watch.
The quality on this recording is terrible. The beat is pretty ass, but I'm gonna try to follow up and listen to his actual bars, okay? Yes, it's a little painful.
Nice Watch, time's up, sacrifice somebody. As I reverse the curse, the head.
Mr. Nice Watch, time's up, sacrifice somebody. It's a decent little flip, you know. Called him Mr. Nice Watch, which of course J. Cole has the Mr. Nice Watch song featuring Jay-Z, but he says your time is up, sacrifice somebody. So, you know, of course, he's playing into all of the Illuminati, Jay-Z folklore. You see there's a devil hand in the background here. So he's saying, your time is up, Mr. Nice Watch. If you want to keep going big, you're going to have to sacrifice somebody, okay? Interesting angle.
It's a nice watch, time's up, sacrifice somebody. As I reverse the curse, the hex on you. You signed that contract and didn't read it through. Now won't you call that a fame whore and come and get what you
said J. Cole signed a contract and didn't read it through? Okay.
came for. Before you claim war, stick out like horn on double. Playing tug of war with the reaper and the shovel. You lose, made that bed, you gon' lay in it. You bought that home, but ain't let nobody stay in it. That ain't a
Oh, that's the fucking Baphomet shit in the background. Okay.
king, that's a big punk. You try to play me, get skunked. Beef make my dick jump. I spit phrases that'll thrill you. You're nobody to somebody that know the real you. Remember lights.
You're nobody to somebody that know the real you. That's a biggie flip. You're nobody till somebody kills you. This dude, he's not great. He shows potential though. I could see, you know, if he would have actually invested into his own development in some form or fashion, he could have probably been a decent rapper out of the city. You know what I mean? Just being fair. He's not good, but he does have a clever bar here or there.
Jermaine swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember like Skin Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain. Remember like Skin Jermaine swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember like Skin Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain. You could be lit. Had a
what the fuck is that? How the hell did you get this J. Cole head? What the hell? Nah, I need the close up. What the fuck? Now, I don't know if these things were on sale or what. I never knew about it if it was. What the fuck is that? Maybe that's from the fucking KOD era, some shit with the crown on his head.
He lit, had the biggest hit, travel around the world, fuck the baddest girl, but on some Bill shit, your word don't mean spit. Remember he used to want
your word don't mean spit. Is that slang out in the Ville? I hope that ain't some shit y'all saying. What?
Wanna make it in the game. Silly cat used to wait for Jay in the rain. Back when he was cool with Dane. Me that kid that used to rock the low cut. Made the song I'm about to blow up. Did the show when nobody showed up. Used to
all right, so he's trying to dig into J. Cole's past, which is already well known of J. Cole standing in the rain trying to get his beats to Jay-Z. He said the one who made the song I'm about to blow up, which is from his warm-up mixtape. He said he threw a show and nobody showed up.
Called me when he got in beef and shit. Now he on these songs talking like he beats this shit. Holding up that peace shit, but you don't stand for change. You raised by a white woman, you don't feel a lot of pain. Light-skinned Jermaine, you see what I mean? You're nobody to somebody who knows you. Expose you to people that don't know you. Remember light-skinned Jermaine, swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine, swore he knew the game. Got a record deal and he took it to the brain. Remember light-skinned Jermaine before all of the fame. Traded in his soul for that Rockefeller chain.
All right, so the goddamn ace of spades looked like it was filled with paint. And he poured it on the chain. Guess that was a taunt. That was one of the longest, wackest hooks I've ever heard. But I guess it drove the point home. So now, on this video, he also has another description trying to give more details into the situation. Give me a second. So here we go again. It says, hold on. 910 space and J. Cole have history. If you've seen J. Cole Flow music video and read the description, you're up to date. If not, the story of how Jermaine got this record deal is this. So he's still claiming J. Cole's deal, which you may have took him up to the studio in 2006. J. Cole didn't get his deal till a couple years later. He had to grind it out. He had to try to get on. He had to try to, you know what I mean? He had to put his work in. He had to develop his craft. So yes, you did that gesture. Now, as far as stuff back home in the city, you know, I don't know. But all of this stuff he has this stuff on his YouTube page before the beef jumped off. February of 2024. Very interesting. I wonder if this would have been one of the angles Kendrick would have attacked if if J. Cole would have stayed in the battle. Anyway, got his record deal, 910 Space, aka The Kid, let Jermaine come to Baseline Studio with him. This was Jay-Z's studio. Yeah, we know that part. You already told us. 910 Space, aka The Kid, was invited to be there, and his friends from Fayetteville, NC, wanted to tag along for the experience. At this time, 910 Space was shooting a hip-hop DVD he created called The Scoop DVD. I may have heard of the Scoop DVD back in the day. I gotta go into the archives. So Corey Guns invited Space, aka The Kid, to film his segment in Baseline Studio. Shout out to Corey Guns. Always been a fan. Some people try to compare me to him. Some people that don't like me try to say I'm a knockoff version of you, bro. But don't let that shit get into your mind, because I'm not. But I do remember when Corey Guns was working out of Baseline, and he was supposed to do that Def Jam deal. Corey Guns was on Def Jam at the time, and Jay-Z was the president of Def Jam. Yes, I do remember that. There's actually a video circulating of Peter Guns, Corey's dad, talking about how they asked Jay-Z to let Corey go. And that was when he went over to Young Money. I'm sure Corey's career might have been a little better if he would have tried to stick with Jay, but that's a totally different conversation. Okay. Jay-Z was the president. I guess that's why Corey Guns was working in Baseline. I don't know. But 910 Space, aka The Kid, the way he says his name throughout this shit is just wild. Had a very good friendship with Rain 910. If you don't know who Rain 910 is, he is a rapper in his own right. From I believe he's from South Carolina, not North Carolina, if I remember correctly. And he is like a honorary New York nigga. You know what I'm saying? Him and Corey Guns was really tight with the militia. He's still very prevalent in the battle rap community. He's got a dope podcast right now out with some people I know that they're building, you know what I'm saying? So it's interesting to see these names coming up with this guy 910 Space. It shows that he wasn't a complete nobody. He was at least a little bit plugged in. Okay? So he was real tight with Rain, and him and Corey Guns are very tight, which is a fact. So Rain 910 put in a good word for Space, aka The Kid, and that's how that opportunity came about. Because I was wondering why Space was even at Baseline to begin with. 910 Space, aka The Kid, was letting two of his friends come with him from Fayetteville, NC, and they didn't want to stay in the hood in New York, where Space was gonna. So they asked if 910 Space would be willing to stay at a hotel. No, not at all, he said. This third person shit you doing is hilarious. And then his friend said, well, it's a kid that stays in NYC. He's from Fayetteville too. He's in college. I guess this would happen to be J. Cole. Up there, he said we can stay at his spot. So y'all was going up to NYC. So he gave you a favor. You let Cole get in the studio. He let you and the homeboy stay at his motherfucking crib when y'all was trying to make moves. Anyway, he's from Fayetteville too. He's in college. He said we could stay at his spot. His name Therapist. He make beats and rap. You know him. Space said, nah, I don't. Maybe by face, but turned the offer down to make his friends feel safe in NYC. He said, okay, cool. Later on, they got to NYC and Space remembered Therapist from the Ville a little bit. Okay. So again, there is history. And it was all cool. Therapist, aka J. Cole, begged to come to Jay-Z's studio Baseline and get the opportunity of a lifetime. The kid said, okay, cool. And therapist become J. Cole that day. He got his dream. A manager took him and helped Cole get to Jay-Z later on. I don't think that's completely correct, though, because E became the manager. You know what I'm saying? J. Cole was just rapping for niggas at school and reluctant to do that. They talked about this. So I don't know. Maybe the stories are conflicting. Who knows what the real is? But what's documented is not completely accurate to what Space is saying. But he is pointing out some very interesting details that show, again, he wasn't just some nobody. Okay? He begged to come to the studio, opportunity of a lifetime. He become J. Cole that day. He got his dream. A manager took him and helped Cole to get to Jay-Z later on. Cole hit up 910 Space, aka the Kid, and asked for more favors. Actually, before Eve, it was Mark Pitts who was fucking with Cole. Or if that might have been later on. Anyway, we'll keep going. Where am I at? This shit long as fuck. Okay. Hit up 910 Space, aka the Kid, asked for more favors when Cole got signed, and 910 Space helped J. Cole more with shows in Fayetteville. He told us about this part. Mixtape release, album release party. Everything Cole asked of 910 Space, aka the Kid, did for Cole. Even when street beef come to Cole, he asked 910 Space, aka the Kid, to get him out of it. And Space, aka the Kid, did. Cole promised him he would repay him anything if he needed because of his loyalty. And Cole said he was very appreciative of 910 Space for being there for him and never asked him for anything. But when 910 Space finally asked for a helping hand one time, Cole was nowhere to be found. And when 910 Space, goddamn 90210, ran into Cole, he would do the favor, but as time passed, Cole got missing again. All right, so he asked for this favor, a helping hand. We don't know what that helping hand was, but he claims that Cole got missing, didn't deliver on whatever it was that he said he would do. If you're not a man of your word, you're not, what is this? You're nobody at all. Hold people to their word always or show who they really are, okay? So these are the gripes that he's been presenting about J. Cole for years, okay? And finally, J. Cole decided to break his silence on this situation and let it be known. So with that being stated, I can't play the song, but I can go through the lyrics of J. Cole speaking about this on the album. So he says, plenty nights a nigga didn't eat, punk bitch. Rent old, damn near was on the street, punk bitch. So he goes into his own struggle. Wasn't no Western Union, so you were not needed, punk bitch. Say you ain't never paid nothing going on in my motherfucking situation. All of a sudden I'm buzzing on now it's beef, punk bitch. Go on, pop off. Give a fuck. That is a misquote there. It's not get fucked about your mystique. He says give a fuck about your mystique, punk bitch. Mystique, you know, as in people don't know you. But I don't care that people don't know you. This is your opportunity, nigga. Go and pop off. Give a fuck about your mystique, punk bitch. I knew you way before you was acting street, punk bitch. Started rolling with niggas that's packing heat, punk bitch. You more like me than them niggas. You still a geek, punk bitch. You can't hide it with tattoos on your physique, punk bitch. As you saw, he had tattoos on his neck. Probably has more. And that lingo you added, that's how you speak, punk bitch. And you grew up with both your parents to teach, punk bitch. So how the fuck all of a sudden you turning G, punk bitch? You a slave to the peer pressure, you weak, punk bitch. Hey, J. Cole, you caved to the peer pressure too, my brother. Gotta call it fair. You ain't claiming no real section. Your street one lit. Man, your shit look like mine with hella tree trunks, bitch. Moved to Forest Hill Drive and it was peace for a bit. Till domestic turned violent, then a key turned switch. So, excuse me, then a key just switched. So he says it was all nice in Forest Hill. But then domestic violence in the house, the key switched. In the back of my mind, I gotta be some bitch, and this was his way to get the fuck up out of the Ville. That's when I started rhyming and making beats, some bitch. Way before you was lying about touching keys, some bitch. Heard you say I ain't real, that's your belief, huh, bitch? Well, look, I'm back in the Ville, so we could see, punk, bitch. So he say, look, I'm back in the Ville. If you think I'm really soft, let's have it. Go and shoot me the fair one when we meet, punk, bitch. And don't be bringing no hammers, not on cheat, punk, bitch. So he say, I'm back in the Ville. Let's square up. If it's really that, then let's square up. So he said, nigga, come square up. I'm back in the city, nigga. This ain't about no rap shit, nigga. Just come see me. And again, this stuff looked like it dropped about 2 years ago, even before the beef battle apology and everything took place. So I know some people gonna be like, man, look at J. Cole. He apologized to Kendrick, then he gonna diss somebody from his hometown that we don't even know. I get that. But also, we don't know him, but he do. And most rappers, most artists, especially in hip hop, they address things that happen in their real life. I actually expected J. Cole to address more situations like this on the album. You know what I'm saying? More uncovered, untold stories. Because this is supposed to be the fucking curtain call. Like, this is supposed to be the walkout, the fall off. So I expected him to talk more about things that, you know, either bothered him, things he experienced in the industry that he never talked about. I still would love to know more about the inner workings of how he obtained his freedom from Roc Nation. I know he bought his masters, but, you know, just more information about his life. I don't think that's a tough ask for somebody who communicates via music. So I'm not mad at him addressing this situation because it's not about a battle. It's about a man-to-man situation with somebody that he knew who's been playing with his name. The situation between himself and Kendrick was just on some rap shit. And he seen that it was finna go somewhere else, or he felt like it was gonna go somewhere else. So he checked himself. But with this Space dude, I don't think he has that same issue. It's personal. It's real life. You know? And truthfully, I don't know whenever the last time they seen each other, because Space says that he saw him. I don't know what year that was. But I'm sure y'all niggas damn near 40. Whatever that is, pull up on Space, man. Pull up on Space. Maybe you already did before the album came out. Who knows? I ain't saying you got to get a nigga no money, no nothing like that, because that's something we ain't doing that Glorilla shit, that Brorilla shit. But you know, maybe get some clarity, chill with the nigga, you know, pull up, fuck with him, and y'all can squash that shit, because it really ain't about nothing. Can't be, right? But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, Becoming an Insider. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve, don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair, this the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy cause consulting for the stacks I built. I had to